Hey guys, if you're new here and you like what I'm putting out, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you never miss an upload. Alright, it's been a couple of weeks, but we've got to talk about the big plot twist at the end of Power Rangers issue number 8, and that was the reveal that Zartus is the true mastermind behind the Imperials the whole time. And that's a lot to take in, because that is a character I did not see being the one pulling the strings. Now, if you read the flashbacks of Mighty Morphin, it kind of makes sense how it's leading to that and what his true intentions are, but seeing a character like that, a character from the planet Eltar where they're all about peace and world order, is the one pulling the strings for the big gods of destructions or the planet blower-uppers in the Power Ranger comic universe is kind of crazy. So let's talk about that big reveal and his plan to do it the whole time. So in issue number 8 of Power Rangers, we learn that Zartus is the mastermind behind the Imperials and the reason why they're going up blowing up planets. Now, what is his reasons for doing this? Well, if you go back and read all the flashbacks in Power Rangers, he wants peace across the universe. He wants peace across the universe because there's a lot of war, a lot of destruction going on, so why not control something that can bring peace to the universe by blowing it up? So one of the planets that he blew up was the Haltarian planet, and these were a lot of people who went across planets. They conquered, they destroyed, they took over things, they stole. They were kind of a problem, so why not eliminate that problem by blowing up their planet so you can bring further peace to the universe? So Zartus has got a bit of a Thanos plan going on here, where he wants to destroy the universe to bring peace to it by wiping out the people that might cause problems and stuff like that. So his idea is kind of crazy. So then you've got the whole thing when he showed up in Mighty Morphin where he wants to form an alliance between the Rangers and Zordon and help him out to defeat Zedd and the Imperials. So what I think his master plan is to kind of get all the problems out of the way and let the Rangers deal with Zedd. And if the Rangers can't deal with Zedd, then, I don't know, blow up planet Earth and let them take care of it. But I'm guessing that he views Zordon as weak with how he's handled things throughout the past couple of thousands of years, with how things ended up for him being trapped in a giant tube and stuff like that. So I get the feeling that Zartus is now the ruler of Eltar, and he's kind of a bad dictator where he's doing stuff behind the scenes, playing the cards a bit dirty, and sort of, like I said, blowing up planets and conquering them without people knowing. So is Zartus going to be the big final boss of this comic, or of this arc? Who knows? And that's an interesting question, because if he's the one pulling the Imperials' strings, will the Imperials turn on him and destroy him at the end of this arc, or during the big climax? That's one of the main questions, and that will lead to the big team up between everyone versus the Imperials. So that's one of the main questions. But a lot of people brought up in my comment section that the whole reason why he sent Candace to Earth, or what's her name, Zelda to Earth, is so she can spy on Zordon and the Rangers to see what they're doing, and now to an extent spy on Lord Zedd, because she got herself captured in the end of issue 7. So there's issue 8, I believe. So there's a lot of things to take into accountability when looking at these past issues and reading them back to back, because there's a lot of chess pieces being moved on the board and moving forward as future issues go on. So this whole Zordon flashback is far from over, and how it's going to conclude is got a lot of people guessing with how it's going to go. I think my big speculation is it's going to end with Zolfram dying, and Zolfram is probably going to become Lord Zedd, or something like that later down the line. That's one of the big speculations that I've got for this comic and for the story arc, with how one of the stories is going to go down. And even though it sounds a little bit predictable, or kind of a crazy theory out there that I've been predicting ever since like the start of this arc in Mighty Morphin, I'm curious if that's the route that Ryan is going to go, how we're going to get there in the end. But if there's one thing I would love to see, and this is kind of like a stretch and a crazy fan theory or dream, I would love to see in the final arc of this comic, because Eltarians are getting involved, Imperials are getting involved, Zedd's getting involved. This whole thing revolves around Zordon's past coming back to the present, and something that he needs to face. I would love to see where Zordon gets some plot armor BS power up, where he's out of the tube for a brief moment and he's back in his original body and he's able to fight against the Rangers, and you can just see Zordon being a badass, like being over 1,000 years old and kicking ass and mowing people down with his giant staff that we've seen him use in the flashback. That would be really cool, like seeing Zordon don the armor again. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, wouldn't it be cool if Zordon had his own, like, morph form? That'd be cool if Zordon became a Ranger, but I just like seeing Zordon in that Eltarian armor. I think it's a really cool design, and it suits him really well. I think it looks pretty cool, but that'd be a really cool thing to see, like Zordon, like, out of the tube, kicking ass, fighting again, like, for, like, an issue or two. That'd be really cool. Like, he gets a brief, like, power-up moment where he's able to help out the Rangers on the battlefield. So, bringing him back to Zartus, so looking at this character, especially moving forward when we see him in flashbacks, I'm curious to learn what this guy's breaking point would be in Zordon's past, where after the whole battle, I'm guessing he's going to say, I guess we have to align with the worst thing in the universe, and then you get the reveal that he's been working with the Imperials. But Zartus is a very interesting character, because I liked him when we first saw him, and I liked his interactions with Zordon, but now we kind of know that he's a little bit two-faced, and he's the main driving force for the Imperials to blow up planets, so you're going to be looking at this guy in a different light whenever we see him on screen. Whether he's being friendly or not, you're going to know this fucker's up to something. What is he planning? But then you get to see him in the land of flashbacks, and like I said earlier, we're going to probably see his breaking point to when he wanted to have the goal he wanted to have, which we kind of did see in earlier flashbacks, where he says, hey, we need to do something about Dark Spectre. He's a force to be reckoned with, and we can't really do nothing. We can't really stand here and do nothing about it, because I know we're the peacekeepers, but we've got to enforce a little bit of discipline for these evildoers here and there. That's not exactly what he said, but if you've read the issue, you know what I'm talking about. But it's going to be curious, like I said, to see Zartus, like, sort of have that turn to the dark side, and probably see that the Eltarians are not what they used to be, and how they're sort of dictatic rulers, and that'd be very interesting to see moving forward with how Ryan handles it. So anyway, guys, what do you think of Zartus? Do you think he's the final boss of this Power Rangers comic, or do you think he's leading up to something even bigger? Tell me in the comments section down below. I feel like this video had no structure. I just kind of turned on the mic and just started rambling about Zartus and his evil plans and theories and stuff like that. But anyway, guys, what do you think? Tell me in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Don't forget to turn on all notifications so you never miss an upload. And with that said, I'm going to bring this video to a close. Special thanks to all the members such as Swagger4. If you want to get your name shouted out like Swagger4 over here, become a Zord team member or higher for special perks on the channel and stuff like that. With that said, I'm out of here. Bye bye.